This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Jenkins, Jeff Burton, Scott Goodyear, and Dr. Jerry Punch back with you at Talladega Superspeedway and the second round of the 27th season of IROC. We're at Talladega Superspeedway, and Kurt Busch continues to hang on to the lead, followed closely by Mark Martin and Mike Bliss and Jimmy Johnson and Greg Biffle. Down to Jerry Punch.
Guys, we mentioned that Mark Martin has never won here at Talladega in IROC competition. Now, he's led the final lap a number of times, and as Jeff Burton mentioned, that means he was a sitting duck here. Jeff, if you're Kurt Busch right now, knowing what you know about this place, what do you do knowing you are the sitting duck?
I do exactly what he's doing. That is run the bottom and drive in your mirror more than you do out of the windshield. If Mark Martin makes a move to the left, you make a move to the left. If he makes a move to the right, you make a move to the right. That's the only thing you can do. Most likely, we'll have to see what happens, but Kurt got by Mark at one point in the race. That may come back to haunt him, because now he's got one of the best drivers in IROC right behind him. He's got Mike Bliss, a young, aggressive driver. He's got Jimmy Johnson. He's got Greg Biffle. He's got a lot of aggression behind him. And being in the lead here is probably not what you want to do. Now, he may be able to pull it off. It will be a determination whether he can block or not. If he can block really, really well, he can get it done. If he can't make the block, then they'll go by him.
Now the top five begin to separate themselves from 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's Kinzer back there in the white car, who is running in the 6th position, and Hornish right behind him. But we keep our eyes here at the front of the field, and 5 cars that are hooked up and ready to go after the checkered flag.
And that is one thing that's playing in Kurt Busch's favor, is the fact that they're not all stacked up. Because when you get all stacked up behind the leader, the more cars that there are behind the leader, the faster they can go. And the fact that we only have 5 or 6 cars in the group really packed up rather than 12, I think that's advantageous to Kurt Busch right now.
Well, as close as these guys are coming out of these 2 turns, turn 2 and turn 4, am I right in saying that the move is probably going to happen coming out of the turn? In Indy cars, it always seems to happen at the end of the straightaway going into the turn. It seems like here it sort of happens right in the crux of the turn, and your move's happening coming out.
I think you're exactly right. I think that what happens is that because the car turns, it makes more drag, and so that makes it more important to draft. And when the car in front is in the corner, it's in a yaw moment. The car is turning, makes more drag. The car behind it catches it quicker. So as it builds momentum off the corner, that's when you want to make the move.
So it's a timing issue coming off the turn with these cars, really. And I guess Martin's been the master, hasn't he?
Yeah. What complicates it too is the timing of your car plus the timing of the car behind you. If you guys get it lined up at the right time and you build momentum together at the same time, that's how you make the pass in this kind of situation. It isn't all just about the momentum of your car, because the car behind you helps control the momentum of your car. He can push you as he's pushing you. If your car is building momentum at the same time, you catch that guy so much quicker than when you're doing it by yourself.
Steve Kinzer is leading the open wheel contingent back there in the 6th position. Hornish is right behind him. Giafoni is running 9th. Lasowski 10th. Castro Neves 11th. So the open wheel guys are not making a real good performance here. It is instead a battle among 5 experienced stock car drivers that we watch, and there are less than 4 laps to go.
Kurt keeps leaving the bottom open. If you see him, he runs slow, entering the corner, but in the middle of the corner, his car gets up the racetrack a little bit. He may be doing that for a reason, or he may be doing it because he can't keep his car on the bottom. I don't know which it is. He may feel like his car carries more momentum if he can do that. If Mark ever gets a run, the bottom will be open and Mark will get his nose under there.
Now that brings up a question. We come off of turn 2 and that yellow line that you keep talking about. Can you pass with 2 wheels underneath the yellow line if you got a run on the inside, or does he have to be completely clear?
That's a great question. They are below the yellow line now. And we got some whacking going on at 185 miles an hour here.
Oh!
Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. There's Kinzer. He's going to catch it, though. He did. Look at this. Oh, no.
He is not going to hit anything. He's still in the race. And he did do this. He did this at Daytona. Remember,
sure
he spun at Daytona and didn't hit anything. Now we have a totally different race. The caution's out. We're going to have a side-by-side restart. And the guys in the back, in my opinion, have a great chance to pull something off here that they weren't going to have a chance before. Because we've seen the people in the back can run up to the front. Now the guys in the front are really disadvantaged.
Now remember, yellow flag laps do not count in IROC, and so the clock and the counting of laps has stopped. Kinzer doesn't look like he damaged the car. He may have when he slid down on the apron, but here's what happened as the cars came down the backstretch. Boy, they were bumping up front. Busch almost lost it in the grass.
Yeah, Mark tried to get under him. Kurt blocked him. And what happened there was that Mark got such a push, he had to go when he could go. They all piled up side by side. They're running into each other. Something had to give.
Boy, Bliss did a nice job of saving in that Evans orange car. Kinzer was right behind him and could not save it. There's the car slid onto the apron, and it looked like maybe he might have damaged the car. But in any case, here it is from Sam Hornish's onboard camera.
You can hear him lift off the throttle. He saw the trouble starting in front of him. He tried to get slowed down. He just couldn't.
That's from Steve Kinzer's. There's the tap that sends him sideways.
That was more than a tap.
That was, excuse me.
You know, Kinzer must feel unlucky, but he must also feel lucky because he's wrecked at Daytona and Talladega at the end of 2 straightaways, and he hasn't hit a single thing.
He's come into the Giafone in the rose-colored car. Also got some damage. This is how.
It sure is hard to slow these big things down.
He ran into the back of Ryan Newman, so Newman has some damage on the back end of his car. But anyway, we're 2 by 2, as Jeff mentioned. 3 laps to go. Who will it be? Mark Martin is on the outside of the guy who was leading at the time of the caution, Kurt Busch. Bliss to the inside, Johnson to the outside, and over a second row. Here we go, 3 to go.
Kevin Harvick in a dark blue car. He really laid back a lot on that restart. He got a lot of momentum. Here he comes.
Yep. Bliss continues to push Busch.
Oh,
up high, Martin and Harvick.
that was a block. That was a block.
And that may have helped Kurt Busch. I think the guy we have to keep an eye on is Bliss.
Boy, that hurt Harvick, didn't he? He went back in a real hurry.
Harvick's in the dark blue car, running about 8th now. It's allowed Helio Castroneves to get back in competition, and some of the others that had lost the draft. Here they come through the tri-oval. They'll have 2 laps to go now. Kurt Busch will definitely pick up the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. He's been out front for 30 circuits. All right, Jeff, when do you make the move and what do you do?
Well, if you have your chance, you make your move on the last lap. But you may not be able to sit there and wait for the last lap because you got trouble behind you. You know, people are wanting to get by you behind you, so you got to go when you got to go.
Something's wrong with Helio Castroneves. His car is belching smoke down the backstretch. He has the car on the apron of the racetrack. Is that tire rub or is that an engine problem?
That is an engine problem.
Actually, it was getting so smoky in the cockpit, I could see his hand waving in front of his face, trying to clear some smoke to see.
Boy, it's a big plume of smoke over there. Meanwhile,
I'm amazed that these guys are lined up like this. I would have never believed that starting double wide like that we'd have single file racing.
1 to go. White flag is out. 2.66 miles of competition remaining.
Bliss really pushing Bliss. He's got his bumper on him all the way through the straightaway, down the corner.
And look
this
at Mark
will make
Martin.
a great run right here on the straightaway. They're going to have.
Oh, Martin and Hornish touched. Mark saves it.
That was a great save.
And he gets lose a position.
That was a great save.
Man, oh man.
Turn 4 is going to be where the action is.
But it's a shootout among the top 3, it would appear.
Is that smoke from?
Castroneves makes it into the pits. Boy, we have a huge amount of smoke over the racetrack. They come through the tri-oval. Kurt Busch is leading over Biffle, or rather Bliss and Biffle. They come down to the line, and it's going to be Kurt Busch winning at Talladega. How about that?
He was able to hold them off, the side-by-side stuff. He was able to keep the lead, and he did a really nice job blocking. I didn't think he had a chance in the world to win this race when that caution came out. He did a great job.
He was second in the season opener at Daytona, and he becomes the 41st driver to win an IROC race.
They didn't give that one to him, did they?
Boy, you can say that again. He led 32 laps, though, but it was not easy by any means. Ryan Newman led 3 circuits as pole sitter. Mark Martin, who will once again try to become the all-time winningest IROC driver, later this year at Chicagoland Speedway, led 2 laps. And
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.